Dolphins fans, welcome in to Miami Dolphins Today. I am Will Scott, and on today's show, I'm going to be breaking down some off-season team needs for the Fins. I'm going to go 1 through 8 here to list kind of in order how the team needs are looking for the Dolphins heading in to this offseason, where they can add some more guys during free agency and the NFL draft. But I want to hear from y'all down in the comments section before we get started. Shout out your city. Where are you watching our show from? I love that we have viewers from literally all over the world. I want to know where you're watching from. Go down, shout out your city in the comments section. Number 1 here on the offseason needs list. Surprised? It's the offensive line for like the 3rd or 4th straight offseason here for the Dolphins. They have some question marks at right tackle and left guard specifically. I'm fine. Are you hearing this, Jack? I'm fine with Connor Williams at center. I'm fine with it. Yeah, I know. Breaking news. Robert Hunt is a great right guard. He had a great season. And then Teron Armstead, one of the best left tackles in the league. But left guard and right tackle, that's my concern right now for the Dolphins. And when you look at how the offensive line performed this year, yeah, they were better than last year, but still not good enough. 4 times this year, the starting quarterback for the Dolphins did not finish the game, including 3 consecutive weeks. So that's mainly going to fall on the offensive line. I'm not going to put all the blame on that on the offensive line, but it shows that this offensive line has got to be prioritized this offseason, especially when you consider Tua Tagovailoa's injury history. With him on the field, this is a Super Bowl contender in Miami. Number 2 here on the offseason team needs list is running back. And the Dolphins this year had the 27th ranked rushing offense in football. That's not good. And all 4 of their running backs are free agents. Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson Jr. unrestricted, so they can go anywhere. And then Salvon Ahmed and Myles Gaskin are restricted. That means if they sign elsewhere, the Dolphins have the option to match whatever offer they get. But this is going to be a much different running back room next year. I really have no doubt about that. Taking a look at some notable running backs available in free agency. Josh Jacobs is my guy. I really want Josh Jacobs. He's one of my top targets for the Dolphins in free agency. Saquon Barkley, I know a lot of us might want him, but it's not really realistic. And then Tony Pollard from the Cowboys. I think that's a more realistic option than Saquon Barkley. But if you get one of those 3 guys, I'll be feeling pretty good about the Dolphins' offense going in the next year. Which running back do you want to sign in free agency? Go down in the comment section. I know a lot of y'all have interest in bringing back Raheem Mostert. You can still do that. Have him be RB2 to maybe a Josh Jacobs or a Tony Pollard, though. Number 3 on my list here is linebacker, and that is because there are a lot of free agents in the linebacker room, 5 to be exact. Elandon Roberts, who led the team in tackles this season. Andrew Van Ginkel, Duke Riley, Sam McGuavin, Melvin Ingram, all free agents. We'll see who the Dolphins decide to bring back. I would like to bring Elandon Roberts and AVG back out of those 5. If they bring Duke Riley or Melvin Ingram back as well, I'd be pretty happy about that, but we'll see. There's some really good linebackers available in free agency, though, as well, including Tremaine Edmonds for the Buffalo Bills. Watch out for him as a possible target for the Fins in free agency. I would certainly bet on Miami being interested in him. Speaking of betting, you can do it at BetUS. Football season might be almost over, but you can bet on basketball. I know producer Jack Lauray excited about spring training. Baseball is pretty soon. Super Bowl as well. You can bet on Super Bowl. I'm probably going to have 20 bets on the Super Bowl. Dolphins 125 is the promo code to get a 125% deposit bonus. Here's what that means. If you put $100 into your account, you're going to start with $225. It is a great deal. That deposit bonus is helping me right now because Syracuse basketball has lost me a lot of money in the last couple of weeks. Going back to off-season needs here. Number 4 is cornerback. And I know after the season, I'm like, man, you got to sign a cornerback. I still believe you do, but I don't think it's a top 3 need on this football team right now. Taking a look at this cornerback room. So Byron Jones is going to get cut probably, so we can kind of count him out for next year. But re-sign Nick Needham, and let's ride. I feel like you're going to be in a decent spot because True Williams is coming back, and Kader Kohu was fantastic in his rookie season. However, if you do sign a corner, it should be John Jones. John Jones should be a top target. I don't think James Bradberry is super realistic from a money perspective, but John Jones maybe. And he was really good this year for the Pats. I did not like facing him this season. Now, do the Dolphins need to sign a corner in free agency? Y for yes, N for no, down in the comment section. I'll say this. If you go out and get John Jones and your two top corners are him and X, and hopefully X plays better next year, your nickel is Cater, your backup nickel is Nick Needham, and you got True Williams on this roster as well, your cornerback room is going to be significantly better. Number 5 is not a starting quarterback. You know, Tua is my guy. But backup quarterback. I think the Dolphins need to prioritize this in free agency, taking a look at some options. Derek Carr is really not realistic because he's probably going to go somewhere and be a starter. He was named to the Pro Bowl team. Pretty wild. I feel the same way about Garoppolo. I feel like he's going to go out and get a job somewhere as a starter. But the other guys you see on the screen are all backups, and they're all free agents. Teddy Bridgewater, I don't think it's really realistic to bring him back. But, hey, how about Gardner Minshew? How about Mike White, Cooper Rush, Baker Mayfield? There's a lot of good options when you're looking at the backup quarterbacks in free agency. Give whoever you have to give, however much money, get them to Miami, because the Dolphins proved this year that they could not win without Tua Tagovailoa. 1-4 in games without Tua. That's got to be fixed. Help us become the #1 Miami Dolphins YouTube channel. We're 100 subscribers away. Go down, hit that big red subscribe button. Help us get to help us get another 100 subs and become the #1 Miami Dolphins YouTube channel. Coming in at number 6, tight end. Mike Gesicki is a free agent. The Dolphins are probably going to be in the market for a tight end. You have Gesicki on this team, Durham Smythe. I don't know, maybe they'll just let Smythe be the guy. Adam Shaheen, they traded him, and then it got, vetoed. We remember this, so he's not going to be back next year. He's a free agent. You also have Tanner Conner and Hunter Long. If you're going to go out and sign a tight end, Dalton Schultz might be the guy. The Cowboys tight end is considered to be the #1 tight end available in free agency, so his name worth looking out for here when free agency gets rolling in March. Number 7 here is defensive end. I don't think this is a huge need, but when you look at this depth chart right now, you do have a couple free agents on the defensive line. Trey Flowers, he probably won't be back. You got John Jenkins. So we'll see what goes down there. But I do believe when you're looking at this defensive line, you could benefit from maybe going out and getting a backup defensive end here in free agency. I'm pretty happy with Zach Sealer and Christian Wilkins there on that defensive line. Coming at number 8 is safety. I know a lot of y'all want Jordan Poyer, man. Safety's just not a huge need, I think, on this football team. I think you need a backup safety more than anything because Eric Rowe is a free agent. Javon Holland and Brandon Jones going to be your starters next year. I really like Brandon Jones coming off that knee injury, but he's expected to be fully healthy next year. I've seen some workout vids. His recovery is going really well. And I think we're in decent shape here. Again, a lot of Fins fans are saying Jordan Poyer. I just think there's bigger needs on this football team, man. And Poyer is going to require a bag to go out and get him. What is the biggest team need on the Dolphins? Is it the offensive line? Is it running back? Is it tight end? Go down in the comment section. Let me know what is the biggest team need on the Dolphins. For me, it's offensive line just because you look at Tua's injury history. I think the Dolphins need to make every effort to protect him even more. Let's revisit my top 8 needs here. Number 1 is offensive line, clearly. And number 2 is running back. The Dolphins' running back room is going to look a lot different next year, I think. Number 3 is linebacker. You got 5 free agents at that position. Number 4 is cornerback. We'll see what they opt to do with Byron Jones. Number 5 is a backup quarterback. You got to be in a position where you can win games with that too if he goes down again next year. Number 6 is tight end. Mike Gesicki's a free agent. I don't know if Durham Smythe is the guy. We'll see. Number 7 is defensive end. And number 8, safety. So the last 2, you need backups at that position. You don't really need a starting safety, a new starting safety to go ahead and get in free agency. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're bringing you daily videos even in the offseason. subscribe to the channel and help us become the #1 Miami Dolphins YouTube channel.